Well, hello friends, my name's Antonio, and welcome to Back at the Ranch. Not my truck, so you guys tuned in for the last one. You heard me say, I don't have a truck anymore. Thanks to my brother-in-law Jerry, he let me borrow his truck so I could haul some things out to the ranch. But that was not the main reason I'm here. So I am going to do a little bit of mowing. Not going to record that today, because we got something bigger going on. So I did mention to you guys that we had some big plans for the ranch, and I've been talking about this for the last couple of years. Those plans are finally becoming reality. Slowly but surely, you know, that's not going to happen real fast, but it's going to happen, and today's one of those days. So if you guys have seen our 4-day campouts, you know that our campsite is not exactly the cleanest when it comes to brush. As a matter of fact, I just walked up to it. Check this out. So this area here right now is decent. Haven't been here since January, so we do need to mow all of that down and pick up a bunch of the junk. So a lot of the stuff that's here, if not everything, is going to get picked up. But what we're working on today is not this area, but that back there, right, all the way around. And when I say all the way around, here's what I'm talking about. Notice there's a windmill right here. That windmill, probably over 100 years old. Not operational, but right behind it is the old pond. So you'll see a water trough right there. The windmill used to pump the water. It would go into the trough so that the cows could come to it. It would overflow and go down here. So not sure if you can tell because camera doesn't always show level ground very well, but let me back up this way. So you'll notice here's the high ground, and it starts going down, 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 down. And the low point, let me walk to the low point. We are going in a downward direction here. Still going down. Here, you can kind of tell the hill now, how it kind of goes up right here. Right, but we're still going down. I'd say this pond is about good 7 to 8 feet deep at the deepest point, which is going to be right here. And it does still hold water, so when we get big rains, you can tell it holds the water here in this area. So I'm now standing in the lowest point. You notice it kind of goes back up, and I said 7 feet. It actually now looks like 5 feet. So pretty much everything you see around here, with the exception of the big trees that are still living, because we do have a lot of downed trees and broken trees, and this one's kind of in the middle of the pond, so that one might go, assuming he brought the right equipment to get into the pond. But we're going to be cleaning all the way around the pond, leaving only big trees, so that when we camp out here, we have people camp around the pond, right? So pretty heavy brush. When you see that equipment that's going to be out here, you'll understand exactly what's going to happen. So that's the plan for today. Get this clean. But in addition to that, we're also going to be widening up one of the roads, which Pablo and I actually opened that up by hand. You can click right here on this video to see some of that. I think we worked on it for about 3, maybe 4 hours on this video. And it wasn't fun. It was over 100 degrees, and we were using pruners and chainsaws, and yeah. Hey, I just found the old windmill asps sitting right there. Not sure you can make that out. So there's the old pump equipment or gears, and then underground, under all the dirt, are the asps. I'd say that's about 9 feet diameter, 8 feet diameter. It was a big windmill. There's the old trough, of course, cracked, so it won't hold water anymore, but that's okay. We're not going to use that. That's just there for show now. So let me show you what this looks like from above. So as you can see, there is a lot to be cleaned. And I've actually been here for a couple of hours. Got here before the sun came up, and I started cleaning out this area right here because I do want him to try to cut in between some of these trees and leave the big ones. All this junk was in the way, right? So we had our hoist, which is where we clean our game that we get, and that was set up over here in this area. Just kind of got out of the way and pull these roof, I was going to say shingles. They're not shingles. Comment below. What do we call this? Aluminum sheets? Aluminum roofing? Brain fart. Brain fart moment. So in addition to cleaning all of that, we will be having this road opened up again. So right now it's drivable with the golf cart. You put a truck through there, you can scratch up the side. So we cleaned up a lot of this road so it was drivable. But once you hit the far corner and make a right, it gets really tight where golf cart's kind of the only thing that can go in. So as far as around the pond is concerned, we'll probably have him punch in right about here, more or less. So we'll have a nice wide space for the campsite now. And again, just leave the big trees in there. We'll see what he can leave. But that's not all. We've also got another road right over on this side, which again, we cleaned by hand. And it was drivable last year. Unfortunately, stuff grows fast here. And when you're doing things by hand, you can only go so far back before you get into some big trees. I say big trees. Machines can go through no problem. When you're doing it by hand, it takes some work. It is time for an update. So he just headed back to clean his filters. But check out this progress. This is nice. Can't wait to get this pond running now. Because once this is running, those animals are going to be so happy. Check it out. You can see the pond now. This is phenomenal. Exactly what we wanted. Big trees only. All the little trees gone. Pond is clean. Got a few big mesquites there at my request because I said we need some firewood. If there's some mesquites that look old and rotten, leave them there. And now you can see the bottom of the pond. So you guys remember when we walked in through here, beginning of the video, and I said I needed to mow this later. But that's where we're at. We have a nice big open campground now. You can set up some tents over there, maybe some picnic tables. Coming all the way around. Now you have the pond right here, which we're going to get running pretty soon. Right? Keep going all the way around. Here's the windmill, which was surrounded by trees. Man, it's been very productive today. And I think my cousin's going to be happy with this, because this is his side of the property. He's paying for this. I told him I'll go supervise. I'll tell him exactly what to do. He wants this area nice so that he can make barbecues, put up a covered area, come hang out with his buddies, his old friends, and we're going to get that pond working pretty soon too. So we do have the solar well. My next project, on my cousin's side at least, is going to be to get somebody to either dig a trench for us or go rent a trench digger and run a pipe from that solar well to this old pond. But this is looking great. What do you guys think? Comment below. There was a nice little cabin here and that pond was full. Maybe a little covered picnic area, barbecue area, campsite area. Who knows, maybe even a little dock over the pond. Throw some fish in there. If this was an Airbnb, would you be ready to rent? Let me know, because it might be coming. I'm not saying it is, but it might, especially if there's enough interest. Everyone, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you guys sticking around to the end, and we'll see you next time. I'm back at the ranch. Y'all take care.